Root words, divide and conquer. In this first video, you're going to have your first lesson in root words and a lesson in how to organize your root word journal. Let's get started. Open your journals. The first thing you're going to want to write in your journals is your learning target. Your learning target is, I can use Greek or Latin roots to determine the meaning of a word. Write in your journal. Next, what is our lesson? Each time we meet, we're going to be learning about roots. Root is an umbrella term for the three categories of word parts. A base is a root that gives a word its core meaning. A prefix is a root placed at the beginning of a word. And a suffix is a root placed at the end of a word. Today's lesson is the Latin base, vis, and its variant, vid. How do I write that in my journal? First, write down your root base, vis, and its variant, vid. Put down the definition. It means to see, and the etymology or its origin is Latin. Next, the lesson is going to give you some examples and an explanation of why these words are using the root word. Please note that I have underlined the base. Vis is used in the word vision. Vision means the power of seeing. Another example is visual. Notice how I underlined the base, V-I-S. It means of seeing. And video, meaning moving pictures seen on a screen. Next, you'll want to stop the tape and write down sentence examples to show your understanding of the roots. I gave you 3 examples today. My vision was blurred without my glasses. Notice how I underlined the vis in vision. The map gave me a visual of where we were going. Again, I underlined the root in visual. The video documented everything that happened at the picnic. After you have created a sentence for each of the examples, create a place in your journal where you can write down your questions. Do you have words that you aren't sure of, that you can't explain? Write them down and we will go over in class. I have 2 examples of my questions. Is the word providential related to vid? I underlined the base word. Visage. I underlined V-I-S. Is this word related to the base? Remember, we'll go over these in class. Julius Caesar once said, I came, I saw, I conquered. If at this point you feel that you have learned the lesson, that you understand the base word and how to use it, and can give examples of the word, then you are probably done with this lesson. If you feel you need more support, then next you go on to the power round. Continue the tape. In the power round, I'll be giving you some extra help. First, we'll start out with some more examples and their explanations. Today I've given you visible. That means able to be seen. Invisible, not able to be seen. Visitor, one who is seen. Provider, one who sees for you so that you have something you need. Evidence, items fully seen in a court case. Revise, to see again. Next, you would pause the tape and write down some sentences to show that you understood this root a little better. I've given an example. The visitor left his fingerprints as evidence of his guilt. Again, I've underlined the root. For more help, I recommend that you draw a picture or a symbol. I've given an example. Draw this symbol for meaning so that it will help you remember what that root means. In this case, I drew an eye for seeing. Another way that you can understand the words is to break them down visually. I've given you two examples here. RE, which is a prefix that means again, plus our base, vis, which means to see, gives you the word revise, to see again. Invisible, in, which means not, that prefix added to our base, vis, adds up to invisible, not able to see. If you are enjoying working with this particular base, you can then move on and do the bonus activity. This is to help you stretch your understanding of how roots work. In this case, our bonus roots are SCOP, scope, and SPEC, spec. Both of them are root words that also mean see. Then see if you can find any words that use these two bases, like microscope or microscopic. And for spec, specific. See if you can explain how these roots help us understand the meaning of the word. At this point, you're done with your journal. You put the learning goal, you put the root, the definition, and the etymology. You've done the morphology, or the study of how the words are put together. You have at least 3 examples and their connection. You've created sentences on your own to show understanding. And you've noted any questions so that in our lesson in class, you can ask those questions and be prepared. If you are still stuck, you also remember to stay on and listen to some power round help, meaning more examples, drawing symbols and visuals, and breaking down more words to make sure you have the meaning. And of course, at the end, there's always the bonus roots.